You already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Look, let's get straight to it. You already know how I see these boxers. They are modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They risk their life for pure entertainment. So of course we gotta give respect where respect is due. They get my respect to the fullest. Now, the solution in ending robberies in boxing. It's not hard, y'all. It's not difficult. It's not blasphemy. It's simply this. Y'all know that it takes it takes cojones, it takes balls for these fighters to enter into that ring. It don't matter if you rank number one to rank number 1,000. It takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of balls to accept challenges and overcome those challenges. And it also takes balls to say the truth. Yet, that's something that many fighters, or probably all, that has been the recipients of robberies, has never came forward and said the truth when the truth needed to be said right then and there. That's the solution. The solution is to end robberies. Fighters got to take it upon themselves to be truthful and be real and respect not only themselves, but respect the opponent that you know in your heart that you lost to. The thing is, do not accept when they give you the win. That's the solution. It's to not accept, to not be the recipient of a robbery. And actually, when they do hand you a title belt, if it's a title fight, and they hand you the belt, you have to have the same balls that you walk inside that ring and risk your life to have that same balls to be truth and let your opponent know you won the fight. I do not accept this. I do not accept robberies in boxing. It's not fair to you. We both in this ring put our life on the line. That's a mutual respect that fighters have. If the fighters have that mutual respect and understanding what they have to go through to get inside our ring, what they had to go through to even having a close fight, what they have to go through to put their life on the line, you should be truthful enough and you should understand when you really won and when you really lost. It's more of a crime to be the recipient of robbery and to accept, matter of fact, accept the robbery and be the recipient of it. That right there, to me, is more of a loser than a winner. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not calling you a loser. I'm not saying that. But when you accept what you know is wrong, then you wrong, my brothers and sisters. You wrong. And that's how you end robberies. You can't depend on the commission. You can't depend on the ref. You can't depend on the judges. You can't depend on the promoters, the manager, the investors, the networks. You cannot depend on that. Because at the end of the day, we all know the sport of boxing and how it runs. Everybody get their agenda. There's a lot of money to be made. And there's a lot of buildup. There's a lot of marination. And there's a lot of investment. And there's a lot of promises. Now, if you that fighter that, lands to the short end of the stick on that one. And look at this past Saturday, Triple G versus Sergey Derevchenko. We all know who won that fight. Triple G knows who won that fight. Jonathan Banks, Triple G trainers know who won that fight. Everybody in the arena know who won that fight. So why didn't Triple G, who fought his heart out, show the balls, the cojones, the grits, and show that same balls and say the truth? If you were already in the ring and you're ready there to sacrifice your life, you keeping it real right there. So why doesn't it make sense for Triple G and other fighters that have been the recipient of a robbery to not acknowledge him? But you know what? This man had a better night. You know what? Take that belt. He's the real champion. You hold his hand up high. He's the real champion. I'll tell you like this. At the end of the day, in that same night, that same moment, might be the most historic, or one of the most historic moments in the sport of boxing. That right there will end robberies, because you took it upon yourself to go against the grain. And all the powers that be, they know if they play that game, boxers are in cahoots with each other, on the same page. You know what? We're not going to let this happen. No robberies. We know the fans see robberies when they see it. Y'all should know robberies when y'all see it. And y'all should be the first one to know, because y'all the one that's actually risking your life. Y'all the one that's taking the punishment. Y'all the one that's going through that fire. Yeah, have that same balls that you got going into that ring, accepting the challenges, overcoming the challenges, and also be real enough of having the balls, the cojones, the statistical fortitude to say the truth. I lost, he won, he deserved to be champion. This is my belt, this is yours. And that goes out to all the close fights. Doesn't have to be a title fight. That goes out to all the close fights, and not even close fights, because I understand it could be a close fight. I understand the judges, some judges see it a different way. But we know when we see certain scorecards, we know when the robbery is in place. I understand the split decision nowadays is covering up for robberies. It's making it seem like, oh, it was a close fight, split decision, but then you see the numbers, and there's something going on. We all watching the same fight. And when we see the scorecards, please, you cannot tell me these judges have way different opposite scorecards with each other. It's not possible. Not possible at all. You got the best seats in the house. Remember that. So, all I'm going to say is, boxers, you already know, man, y'all modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. Look, it's a lot of examples I could give. There was a fight the other night, Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. A lot of people felt that Sean Porter won the fight. It was a close fight. Was it a robbery? No. The Triple G and Sergey was a little bit more of a robbery. And we all know what we saw. Triple G know what he saw. Triple G know what he went through. His camp know what he went through. Sergey and his camp know that they really won. And everybody in that real building, all the powers that be, know. Be real and be honest. And if they're not going to be honest, I depend on the boxers. That you're the one that's supposed to be respecting the sport like none other. You're the one that was supposed to be respecting your opponent like none other. You are the guys that's humble. The crowd is just is as barbaric as what's going on in the ring. You two men, you two women that stepping inside that ring, you know what it takes. You know what you did in camp. You know the heart and balls and everything that has to take some place so you could do what you do for a living. Just keep it real from the beginning to the end. And that's the solution of a robbery in boxing. The boxers have to take it upon themselves and have the balls to be real and give that. And for the recipients of robberies is to overturn that and give the praise to that opponent that you know you lost to in front of the whole world in a good, timely fashion. Once that post-interview comes, you tell them the truth. And right there, you end all those corruptions. You throw all those corruptions in their face. You expose them. And I'm going to tell you like this. The first boxer that does that is going to be it's going to go in the history books. You're going to receive love. They're going to respect you to the fullest because they can't rob nobody after that. They could try, but it becomes culture within the boxing world between fighters. Come on. It's up to you. You want to erase the robbery? It's up to the boxers, up to the fighters, it's up to the warriors. You already know, man, this is Push Run Boxing. Look, if you disagree or agree, let me know. We could chop it up in the comment boxes. I'm just spreading the truth. I love these men and women that step inside our ring. Man, they do an awesome job. They have the heart of gold. They have the grit of gold. It takes a special kind of ball, special kind of heart, special kind of dedication to step inside that ring and do what these men and women do. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all already know the merch is coming soon. Man, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get my updated videos. You already know when this is Punch Run Boxing. On to the next. Share it, share it, share it. Again, you already know the slogan, man. Fight plus survive equals true champion. Everybody's a true champion. You living another day. You breathing another day. You a champion. You already know, man. Also, like I said, God first, everything second. Merch coming soon.